Alright, so after another week of waiting, we finally got another Dexter Resurrection episode, and today we have episode 6. And this episode is great, and this review will also be great, because this is actually my favorite episode from Dexter Resurrection. And of course, I'm still pretty fresh to making those videos about series, so if you want to give me some feedback, please do. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, you can like and subscribe. And also, if you don't want to miss some fresh Dexter news, I recommend that you joining my Discord server, where you can actually discuss with other members about the upcoming episodes and much more. Also about some little Minecraft, because yeah, Minecraft is the main thing about my account. So yeah, you can join also the Discord server, and let's start. And also, as I always do, I'll give you some news from the Dexter universe, and I actually have two pretty nice news. Okay, so one of the news are probably not good news, so let's start with the bad news. And the bad news are that we won't get any episodes next week. So this will be the break, so we'll actually see a new episode in 2 weeks, which is next Friday, which is I think January 24th. And the second news, which is kinda two news, is that Dexter Resurrection has actually started filming right now. It was yesterday, so yeah, this series is actually starting, so maybe in the upcoming days you can see some leaks from the sets, or how Dexter looks like now. And of course, if there will be some huge leaks or news, I probably cover them. If there will be some small ones, I won't cover them, and I will save them up for the next Dexter Resurrection episode, where I can just cover it here, like I do right now. And I have one more piece of news, and it's 3 new characters which is returning to Dexter Resurrection. And it's Harrison, it's Harry, and also Angel Bautista. And I didn't make a separate video about this because it's literally too obvious. Maybe Harry is the surprising one, but it's still not that interesting to be news. Okay, so I'm sorry for the kinda long intro, but let's actually start with the actual review of this episode. And this is episode 6, and it's called The Joy of Killing. Okay, so this episode is really good, and it's my favorite one because it adds a lot to many characters. It adds a lot to the villain, or maybe not a lot right now, but it adds some clues, and it also adds a lot to Dexter himself. And this episode is kinda a mix of funny things and really serious things, which is similar to the last episode, but it's actually done a little better because the funny topics are really not really that funny as in the last episode, but this episode is actually really serious. Okay, so first let's start with a complaint, and I had this complaint for maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but there's literally nothing of the side characters which were in the original Dexter series, so it's pretty sad that they're playing just like that, but it's kinda okay because we already saw it in the original series, so they maybe don't have enough things to tell about them. And as Masuka was totally gone in the last episode, in this episode Masuka is only there for like 1 line and then he's gone, which is also extremely funny. Okay, so one of the things you should know when you're watching with someone else is that we didn't have too many suggestive scenes in the entire episode or in the entire series yet, and this episode actually has 1 or maybe even 2, depends on what you count it as. And the episode starts off pretty intensive with Iron's kid getting kidnapped. And it's actually pretty scary, and we actually got to know that the villain is actually a man, so it can't be the forensics woman, and I don't know what she's called, I totally forgot her name. But we're also getting to know another villain, or the same villain but with different kills, and this is actually the more interesting villain in my opinion because we don't know any of its motives. And this might actually be a shocking plot twist, so I really don't know who that might be, but maybe we can make theories. And this episode has a really nice side plot with Dexter, Deborah, her boyfriend, and Sophia, and I actually really like this plot, and I thought it would be really annoying and hard to watch, but it was actually really fun. And we get to see Dexter's stalking process yet again, and it's actually also really cool, and nice to see him actually is learning some things from the killer is also nice, and we actually saw this in season 4 when he got to know some things from the Trinity killer. And we also see some really intense and serious scenes with Aaron, which is the captain, and we may know what his fate is, and I guess that his fate is that he will step out from being a police officer or a captain because it's too hard from him, and that's when Matthews will step up, and that's probably at the end of the season. And that's where we see more intense flashback scenes with Laura and Harry, and I think I may know who may be the killer who kidnapped the child, because yeah, in the scene from the flashbacks we see one guy just cutting off this one guy's finger, and yeah, it may be a pretty intense scene, and yeah, that may just be connected to when the killer is cutting this kid's finger, and yeah, it's also pretty intense. Yeah, but they are maybe making a plot twist, so they may think that it's so obvious, but later on we find out that it's someone else. But if I will go the easy way, it's probably this guy, and I don't know his name because they didn't reveal it, I think, but it may be actually him, because he's also from the cartel, I think, so yeah, he maybe has the connections, and that's why he wants to give some revenge on the judges and the police officer. And now we're going back to the double date, and this scene was actually really enjoyable. This entire sequence, it was probably really enjoyable, and I actually liked it. And it was funny because Dexter didn't really understand the things, and first I thought he was doing it on purpose, but later on he was really kind to Sophia, which yeah, makes me think he actually maybe likes her. And also, unlike the normal plot, which is going around like 4 days in an entire season, the flashbacks are taking many months in like one episode. And in the last episodes we could see that Doris is having a baby, and it's Deborah, and in this episode we can see that she actually gave birth to the baby right now, so the flashbacks are going pretty fast. And another thing which may be a cool Easter egg or just a normal coincidence, but they actually probably think about this when they made the episode, is that they made this ice truck. Yeah, and you probably know what ice truck is for, the ice truck killer, and it may be a reference, but it may actually be him, but I really doubt it. But it's only a really cool Easter egg. And like the other episode, this kill scene is also really intense, and I actually like this one more than what I had in episode 3. And I also really liked Harry's talk with Aaron, which was about his child, and that Harry already lost a child, so he maybe knows something about this, or he has the experience. And here we see another child, and it's the captain's child, it's Aaron's child, and he actually gets the food, so it's actually the same cycle. But now we're getting to the ending, and the ending is another cliffhanger. They were like doing cliffhangers in every episode, and in this one they actually found the arm from episode 3, which I was actually wondering about back then. So now we have a really nice cliffhanger, and we actually know that he's probably going to get away with it, but I really want to see how it will go. And also Camilla mentioned a boat, and this could probably mean that Dexter will get a boat, or we buy the boat, or we get the boat in some way, and we'll just throw the body from there, because yeah, that's the way he does it now. But yeah, we've gone through the whole episode, and it's time to give it a review. And once again, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and almost every episode got this rating. But I need to tell you that this episode is my favorite one, so I'd go a little higher, but all the episodes were maybe like 8.5, but this one is an actual 9. I expect the ratings to be a little lower from the people, maybe an 8.2 from the public, but yeah, we'll see. And I hope that you like this episode as much as I do, and if you do, you can comment your opinion. Of course, if you didn't like it, you can also comment your opinion. I'm really open for feedback, and that's how we're closing our episode. And thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed it, you can like and subscribe. So thanks, and see you next time. And it's actually in 2 weeks, but I will make some more Dexter videos, so see ya.